and we just did 65 million in sales for the month. And I thought, wow, that was a pretty significant number for me, because when I started in Jeunesse a few years ago, we did 65 million in sales for the whole year. But we did it in just 1 month. And you go forward just one more year to where we are today, you see records changing month after month, month after month. We just had a pre-launch of Brazil that happened over the weekend. They've only got a couple of products there. 12,000 people turned up in Brazil to be one of the new distributors in pioneering that market. Is that exciting? We're going to see that happen more and more and more, all around the world. About 4 or 5 years, she paid off the house. My brother, sister, and I were all put into the best of private schools, and she was the one that became my mentor. Met some really interesting people along the way. You see this guy here, Bruce Jenner. I think he's called Caitlin now. So he was the product space person in my first network marketing company. Met some incredible people. Worked with my mum for the best part of 20 years. That was the last photograph of my mum and I when sadly when she had to retire because she developed dementia. I moved out on my own, moved on to a new company that I launched back in 2004 here in Australia. And when I retired a few years later, after 8 years with that company, they did a story about my career in the United Networker magazine. And I sat out of the industry and got very, very bored, very quickly. When you love something so much, when you lose it, you really, want to get it back. So I started to develop new goals, which was, although I'd achieved every single financial goal, life goal, anything that I ever wanted through this industry, the one thing that I got the most joy out of was being able to pass that on or pay that joy forward to someone else. And if you can get someone else to be able to experience what you've experienced, and then they pass it on to someone else, you know what? I think when we all pass away one day, you want to die with a smile on your face that you've made a difference. The world is slightly a better place for the effort and time that you put in, to help other people. So one of my goals became helping people to become successful networkers faster than what I did. So I was very lucky because my entrance into this industry was, you couldn't have scripted it any better. I had a mentor that promised to take me by the hand, show me exactly what to do, be there every step of the way, pick me up off the ground when I hit a little pothole, and I just couldn't fail. But I wasn't a fast learner. It took me 20 years to get to that real top level in network marketing, that ultimate goal that everyone wants to reach. So my goal is to make people better network marketers than me. I want people to get to that huge level of income, that big ultimate goal, faster than I were ever able to achieve. And even though the previous 2 speakers are not as good looking as I am, not as tall as I am, not as funny as I am, they did become better network marketers than me. They got to that level of income, in 5 years it took me 20 years. And then along comes this person, Susan Lamb. Didn't she do a great job earlier tonight? Now Susan got there even faster than these guys. So you think about it. You're here in the audience tonight. You've got goals and aspirations to do something fantastic. Can you do it? You think you can really do it? Guarantee Susan sat in this audience one day, years ago, nervous, not even sure that she could do it. But she was going to give it her very best shot. And you know what? She made her own luck. She's probably one of the most loyal people I've ever met in Jeunesse. I'm sure she could list half a dozen reasons why she could have quit. But none of them would have been worth walking away from what she's just developed. Agreed? So I love to collect what I call perfect days. This is one of them. Bora Bora, Tahiti, sitting there with 2 of my best friends, having a drink and reminiscing on just what has happened over the past couple of years. And that's what I want to collect, the bank balance of just those incredible days that you never want to see the sun set. But my biggest driving factor is my family. I want to create a lifestyle where you've got spontaneity, where you can create a bucket list of things you're actively ticking off and achieving, living a life full of rich, life experiences, traveling the world, experiencing other cultures. This for me was just 2015, just last year. I had such a fantastic year of travel, going all around the world, doing it with my kids. I experienced probably the greatest day in my life, which was having my family on stage in Thailand. It's actually a couple of years ago. My daughter wanted to one day speak with me on stage. And she had that opportunity in front of 8,000 people.
Wow.
She got to experience stage fright, and she held the microphone, lips are quivering, no words are coming out. And the whole crowd started chanting and encouraging her, and I knelt down next to her and started to say the first word of her little speech. Everything rolled out perfectly. She did it all on her own. The crowd erupted, and as a father, do you think I know that moment in time to change my daughter's future? Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what this industry can do. From a personal perspective, that was just 2015, last year. New home, new car. I've never had a mortgage, a loan. I've never had an unpaid credit card bill. It's all because of this industry. So I love this industry, and I know just how much it can change people's lives, dramatically. So guys, what I want to do is to take you through a few principles